Hi there, Peter. I'm sorry I haven't done this earlier, but I did sort of think that it would be better to do it after the New Zealand Open. And just to run through some of the things that we spoke about, if we just start off by looking at your lower body, um, like your backswing there, it's good. But now if we look at your legs there, you are externally rotated there, which is good. Um, and what we want is for the muscles here um, to basically pull the left knee in slightly. And I'd say there's a little bit of movement. There could possibly be a little bit more. If we have a look at Dustin Johnson there, you'll see he's externally rotated, so his left knee sort of stays out while his hips are turning. But then right at the top, from all that coiling, that left knee gets pulled in and almost snaps, moves out again. I wouldn't say snapping, but it moves out again. And by the time he gets about there, he's now in the first stage is dual external rotation. And if we have a look at your movement there, just in that initial movement, you go from externally rotated to internally rotated there. The right leg's pretty good. But then what you do is you sort of save it. You now get your leg nicely externally rotated there, so that's good. And about now, your right leg should start firing internally. You'll see with Johnston about now it's starting to fire internally there, and that creates a lot of speed for him. But now, if we go back to the left leg, what the left leg is doing, if I draw a line there on the left knee, and if I do the same with you there, you'll see his leg moves back and away, so it's going from externally rotated to internally rotated, and it's adducting. That means it's moving into the center of the body. So you can see that quite nicely there, and then it'll move away, and that allows his hips to keep rotating through this area, the impact zone. If we have a look here, you'll see that you get it externally rotated, but then you sort of carry on going with it. We're quite a bit past that line where he's actually moved back quite a bit. I'll just have a look here. I'll just get Tiger on as well, just to show you a similar movement there. So you'll see much the same leg movements. When he goes back, his left leg's externally rotated, so as his hips turning away, his hips almost turning away from his left knee, and that creates that external rotation. Then the coil's going to pull it in to there, moves back, both legs are externally rotated, and you'll see there through impact how he moves away. In fact, he turns so strongly that his whole foot is moved backwards. And when he was doing this in 2000, there was no pressure on his knee. Now he's keeping that foot planted but still rotating his hips, and that's why that knee's given in on him. So that's on the lower body movements, and just something I wanted to show you as well, with a type of release that I think will make you a lot more consistent, is the drive holding release pattern. So if you have a look up to about here, you've maintained your lag really nicely. It's really good, okay? But now Johnston, and I'll show you from the back view as well, he starts lateral bending his spine to the right. So you'll see his right arm is externally, oh, that's not so good, but externally rotated, and it's only going to fire there through the impact zone right at the last moment, where you'll see your right arm starts firing about there. Okay, and because of that, now you'll see if you just look at your glove, it's rotating quite a bit through the impact zone. If we go back to Johnston, you'll see how he sort of holds the hands through there. So I'll just show you from the back view. Now the lateral bend to the right, the way that you check it to see if you're doing it is when that right shoulder drops down. So you can see how much that's dropped, and at impact you'll see the lateral bend there in the spine. Not very good, but have a look at that club face going through the ball. So I'll just find your video here from the back view. So again, I like your backswing. It's good. Okay, now you'll see if I draw this line on your right shoulder, it sort of stays there, and it almost moves towards the ball a little bit. It hasn't dropped down quite as much there. I'll just show you here. See there, it's dropped quite a bit, and you'll see how his right shoulder and his hip have gotten much closer together. So you've sort of stayed up a little bit more. But yeah, very good path into the ball. This particular shot, the club face doesn't look like it rolled quite as much as the one from the side view. Okay. And you can see just with the lower body there was that little hint of a stall. But yeah, just let me know what you think, and we can always discuss it further. Thank you. Cheers.